You know what? There was that story that I said on the pre-show that I was going to tell about how it feels like people take my on-camera persona, like when I will tease someone or when I will get angry about something extremely seriously sometimes, and to the point where I kind of feel like there's some people in our viewership that cannot tell the difference between video content that they're watching and reality. And an example of this is I was looking back at one of our videos recently. It was on Wake Up Tech. So it was 5 gadgets designed to help you wake up. And one of the things that happens in that video is, do you remember how we got on this subject? Like what it was that someone was mad about that I was sort of confused by? Like obviously this was a thing that was not real, but they were super mad about it.
I think it was something in the pre-show, but no, I don't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember. Anyway, the point is, there was a comment on this video.
Oh, you said you were a genius.
Oh, yeah. Right. The number of people that hear me say things like that and, hear you say, well, I don't know, you always told me you're a genius, so I just assumed you were. Like the number of people that seem to take comments like that and interpret them as how I actually feel and how you actually feel. It blows my mind.
What do you mean? I do feel that way.
Like communication is not literal, right? Like there's tonality, right? You have to understand the relationship between the people who are talking to each other. You have to assume the best of people, right? But anyway, I can see that there's a lot of people that don't really seem to be capable of that. So there's a scene in that video where as part of our B-roll, I'm sleeping in bed and Alex comes up with a cup of water and throws it in my face suddenly. And I wake up and I start like screaming at him. And there's a comment that's like, wow, Linus is normally so chill and it's really weird to see him so angry. And I'm looking at it going, thank you. Thank you. Because that is so flattering. Apparently my acting skills are so Oscar level that you cannot tell the difference between me obviously pretending to be angry. I mean, why would there have been a camera pointed at this? If I was actually sleeping, why would I be in the office? Why would there be a camera rolling? Why would Alex come up and throw water in my face? Why would any of these things happen?
Sounds totally normal to me.
If your brain goes straight to, this is an actual thing that actually happened and Linus is actually angry, you got to take a few steps back and go, hold on a second. How would the chain of events that brought us to this point ever have possibly occurred?
I was mostly just surprised you guys threw that much water onto a bed.
Oh, it wasn't that much. And that was my main concern. I didn't care how much water he threw at me. I just wanted it to be little enough that it wouldn't cause something to grow in the bed or something like that. And B, if we had to do another take, it wouldn't be obvious that the bed was already soaking wet, right? Like if we dumped a bucket of water on it, you better get it right on the first take. And we've had problems with stuff like that in the past, right? So I don't know. That was a story I committed to tell during the pre-show, which is on Twitch and Floatplane. If you YouTube viewers are wondering what pre-show, and so I said I would tell it, and I was just kind of like, I was flabbergasted, right? And it reminded me of so many times that I'll read comments that people are like really taking seriously. Wow, this Linus guy, what an egomaniac. When you guys got to understand that I lean into that persona because I think it's funny. Like, can we all just chill? I think I'm a reasonably intelligent human being. But when I was talking about, in the pre-show, I was saying something like, because, my genius level ideas or something like that. No, I don't actually think I have a genius level intellect. It's just funny. It's funny to be verbally ironic, to say one thing and to mean another, and to have everyone be in on the joke, because it should be quite obvious that no one should actually be that much of a hot air balloon, right? And yet I guess it's not funny anymore, because there actually are people who unironically do seem to think and behave that way. So maybe I need to not make jokes anymore. Maybe jokes aren't funny anymore. But I'm not going to do that.
No.
I'm not going to do that. Jokes are still funny, and if there's going to be a handful of people that don't get it, then I guess it is what it is.
Yeah.
Um,
It is what it is.
yeah. Mitchell T says that's why we have so many problems in politics, because people believe what politicians say. Yeah.
Oof.
Linus not realizing that this is hypocritical. So, okay, I've read a lot of YouTube comments, probably literally millions at this point, because I've read thousands of comments on thousands of videos. I'm pretty sure, let's say over 1 million, definitely over 1 million. There's a big difference between people that are in on the joke. You can tell. There's a big difference between people who are in on the joke and people who have not understood the joke, because you'll often see the ones from people who have not understood the joke about things that aren't a joke. Like it was not the punchline, it was just a thing that you would have no reason to glom onto and be like, haha, I am big brain next level, ready for some r/whoosh when people don't get how in on this I am. He, he, he. There's a huge difference between that and people who just seem to have no idea what I was saying or doing. Maybe they weren't paying attention, whether it's language barrier, whatever the case may be. I'm not going to be 100% in terms of being able to tell the difference. Nothing's perfect, especially not people.
Yeah.
But I've seen enough over the years that there are definitely some people who completely misunderstand. And sometimes it's not even a comment on one of my videos, right? Sometimes it's a comment on someone else's video where I came up as a topic of conversation, and someone will make a remark that's like, yeah, I stopped watching after X, after it was clear that Linus doesn't pay his staff well, or something along those lines. And it's like, yeah, it's funny to joke about stuff like that. Actually, when that became a significant PR problem for me, I was like, Luke, you need to kind of stop joking about that, because yes, in the early days, like in the very early days of the company, and especially when you were at NCIX, which wasn't my fault, I wasn't even signing your paychecks. Yes, you were making extremely bad money, but I really don't think that that's fair or true anymore. And I think that I've taken steps to make it not a problem.
Yeah.
So can we stop joking about this? Because some people are taking it really seriously.
And between us, it was just kind of like a meme. But like, yeah, it did end up becoming too much of a thing.
And
So I
like
stopped, but yeah.
the one that I think we've managed to get away with is Colton, the Colton firing jokes. Nobody seems to actually take that one seriously, but I could be mistaken. Maybe I just haven't seen the comment about it from someone who actually is deeply concerned for Colton's mental health with this looming threat of being fired forever.
Because I believe I was the original.
Yes, I used to fire you all the time.
The only thing that was annoying when that was a thing
was
when random audience members would like take it too far.
Right.
And then it was just like, okay, just relax.
Like,
but like,
can we just be bros and joke with each other?
Yeah.
Can I joke about firing him, and can he joke about me not paying him? And
like it's
can
actually
you guys
fine.
just let us do our thing?
Jammer responded, by the way. That's the person who made the comment about something. You were responding to their comment.
Sure.
He said, well, complaining about people reacting too much to his online content, which is not what he's complaining about.
Yeah, no. See,
but
this is an example of like, clearly this is not some r/whoosh stuff. This is like, you've just completely misunderstood what I was talking about at all.
And then the continuation of that, but now he's overreacting to their online comments. It's not about overreacting. It's about like, yeah, like not.
It's
not
about
understanding.
misunderstanding,
misinterpreting, not
Yes.
understanding. Yeah.
Yeah, there is. In order to overreact to something, you have to have like somewhat even remotely the correct reaction to it, and then take it too far. But if you just have completely missed the point, it's not an overreaction. It's just nothing. It's just random. It's just putting words on the internet that have no connection to anything.
I had completely forgotten about this, and I don't remember what video it's in. But GeoMaster337 said, LMAO, I remember that segment where Luke got pissed at Linus and quit at the Langley house. That was such a huge ego boost. I had people call me concerned about that. That was the biggest acting ego boost I've like ever had. That was amazing.
So
I don't remember when or why, but yeah.